go borrow a lot of pots from your neighbors. And this was designed to push her out of her house and take her to people who were right next to her. What he was doing was killing her pride. Because it doesn't look good for the preacher's widow to be out begging. Y'all gonna help me in here tonight? Y'all gonna help me in here? Then he says, go borrow empty pots. Because I can't fill you up until you are first empty. You can't fill up something that's already full. I can't fill you until you get empty. Maybe that's why some of y'all don't ever experience the Holy Ghost, because you're too busy trying to be filled that you haven't emptied yourself out yet. If you get all of that other stuff out your spirit, then the Lord can fill you up with his presence. Get some pots. Make sure they're empty. Here's the second directive. He said, have a shut-in with your sons. Because there are certain things in your life that are not everybody else's business. It's right here in the text, y'all. It's right in the text. It's right here. And to some of you tonight, the Lord is calling you to a season of isolation, which means that in order for God to do what he's going to do next in your life, you have to shut some people out. Which means that you cannot live a life that is predicated upon being accepted and validated by other people. Are y'all hearing me tonight? Establish priorities, evaluate what's present, execute the process. Then he says, engage in pouring. He says, when you close the door, start pouring. Listen, the miracle is not that the vessels were full. The miracle is that the oil didn't run out. The miracle is not that the vessels were full. The miracle is that the oil didn't run out. The vessels filled up before the pot of oil ran out. What she considered to be nothing in verse 2 was the very thing that was a surplus by the time we get to verse 7. And God only needs a little bit, and he knows how to sustain you. When you think it's about to run out, he'll keep pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. And the key to her receiving oil was her releasing it. She was not going to get extra oil as long as she held on to the pot. But the more she poured out, the more God poured in. Y'all may not have known this, but God has a different way of doing math. He adds by subtracting and multiplies by dividing. That whatever you give, he gives it back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, running over. Brother musician, I'm ready.